Hello, and welcome to episode 14 of the Factorio Space Age series. What is in store for today's episode? Well, if you are looking at the inserters that are trying to pull from the belts or into the labs nearby, you may notice that they're working a little bit more slowly than normal, and that is because we are not meeting our power needs. You can see it's a yellow color. If we were meeting all of the needs, it would be a bright, kind of reassuring green color. So that will be the first thing we want to fix today, because I definitely want to avoid a brownout, which would lead to everything kind of failing and turning off. And it's really hard to recover from that, apart from just manually feeding in fuel into a steam engine build at that point. So best way to avoid a brownout is to have a better steam engine or power setup than you need. So first thing I want to do is, instead of crafting everything in my pocket, I do want to continue on this little make everything build that we have down here, which has actually been a better mall than I was anticipating. It just kind of came out of like convenience doing this setup, but it's been working just fine. So let me correct that recipe. Oh, what is that? Oh boy. Okay, that is one of the things we researched earlier, some sort of quality something or other. I'm assuming it is fairly self-explanatory. You can make higher quality ingredients, but we will avoid playing with that on a little steam engine build, and we'll save it for something more important later down the line. So we'll play with that later. So let's put in the correct recipe. This is going to be steam engines here. I think I'm going to avoid automating the boiler, since that takes stone furnaces and pipe. I don't want to do like a big setup for that at the moment, maybe later, but this should start to supply steam engines. Let's just cap that off. In the meantime, I will craft a bunch of boilers by hand. I think we should just need like 14 more or so, because we just need 20 in total, and then that will supply or support 40 steam engines total, all from one water pump, to get the correct steam engine ratio. So these will take a while as well, it looks like. Maybe I can help it out with some faster inserters, but part of the reason why it might be so slow is, again, because of the power. So instead of waiting all that time, I might just grab some more supplies, craft what I can in my pocket, even though it's not ideal, but the little bit that is getting automated is definitely better than waiting for everything to be crafted in the pocket. So I'll head up to the steam engine setup, and we'll start placing that stuff down, and I'll meet you guys there. I should probably grab some pipe as well before I get up there, and then we'll hopefully fix power. All right, we're obviously up here near power, and the idea is I'm just going to duplicate this until I get the correct ratio. So that will essentially be 10 boilers on each side. So how many are we at with this? That's 8. So we'll duplicate it one more time. Get rid of that, and then we'll do the same thing for the other side, like that, and I guess copy that one more, and like that. So now I just have to fill it in, but at least I'll have the right ratios to work from. I'll continue to make a couple more things in my pocket, and then we'll be much better off with power. And just like that, I'm placing down the last steam engines, and power is fixed. Let me just make sure I have the correct ratios, which, I don't. I'm shy by 2 of them, I think. Okay, I lied. We need 1 more set to each side. So, crap. Unfortunately, I need to get more iron, and then we'll fix the steam engine setup with the correct ratio once and for all. Okay, now power is fixed, and it's the correct ratio. So if we wanted to expand on this or improve power, which we definitely will need to eventually, we would just basically copy this recipe and just duplicate it in different places where we have water access. But if you notice, research is still carrying on decently. Power is now, of course, improved. We're meeting all production requirements. You will notice that we're not getting a great amount of ore coming in any longer. So that is another thing that I definitely need to start fixing. I think part of the problem is that these patches are not very big, which means that we may need to consider training in some more resources. Oh, whoops, and that was missing a belt there. But also looks like I can continue this belt line, and we'll connect it in with this setup over here. There we go. Add in my splitter. So this should be more than 30 miners. So we should notice that this belt here becomes compressed in just a couple seconds or so, which it looks like it is. And just for redundancy, I'm going to continue the belt line here. And technically we could fit in, I think, like maybe 1 1/4 or 1 1/2 belts off of all of this stuff. But we won't worry about that yet. How is copper doing? Copper only has like 10 miners to begin with, so we can improve on that. But copper, we will also need to probably train in, or actually even more conveniently, we could belt that in, but I may have an even more pressing issue. How do I want to look at where? Where? Oh, dang it. Okay. Just as we left the steam engine set up just a couple seconds ago. I wonder where that attack is coming from. Dang. So instead of fixing mining and ore and trains and smelting, we may have to go on another biter mission. Because this isn't good. Oh no. Okay, well at least that was just one biter. I probably should have been smart and left a couple turrets over here, but I wasn't. Let's see, I wonder where that was coming from. I'm assuming that patch up there, because the pollution cloud is just barely hitting it, and then it would want to come like from north to south to the steam engine, whereas this patch over here I feel like would prioritize the miners. So I think what I'll do is put a couple turrets down for now as like a temporary band-aid to the problem. Maybe some walls, except I don't have any, so I'm too lazy and I'm not going to get them right now. But I do think it's worth it to go back down and improve on copper with adding in some additional belts, additional miners to the patch that we can belt in nearby, but then seriously start considering whether to train in some iron ore. Because eventually we'll need to expand on the smelters, and more smelters doesn't do me any good if we don't have more ore coming in. So let's fix copper first. We'll put down just a couple more miners. And I don't even know if I'll fit 30 miners on this patch, but I bet we'll get 30 miners between this patch and that one there. So we should at the very least get a fully compressed copper belt as well. Although I should have brought more belt, it looks like. So we'll do splitting to join up like that. Put in the power. Make a couple more power poles in my pocket since I didn't come very prepared. There we go. So how many do I have here? I have just 21. So still I'm not getting a fully compressed belt from this setup, but I think what I will do is see how far this belt will get me. We'll explode the forest. And then now we have an easier path for more miners over here. Although you'll notice I'm now kind of scarily close to that patch. All right, well, I wasn't meaning for this to become a biter mission, but I think that's what the next majority of this episode shall become. And I actually have noticed there's not a whole lot of like military research that I've been able to do. Normally with just 1.0, it seems like there's a ton of stuff you can research, but I haven't quite felt like military has been as useful with this expansion so far. And that's as far as the belt will get me, and even if I make more in my pocket, it won't do me much good. So that's okay. I can come back, fix this later. I can make a couple power poles at least just to get it connected, although maybe it's for the best that I don't, because that will prevent aggro from the biter nest right there. And should I take on combat quite yet? No, I should grab some more ammo. So I'm going to go come back after getting resupplied with a couple things, and then I think we'll take on some of these biters to hopefully prevent some biter attacks that seem like they'd be coming in the very near future from a couple different places. At least that guy, that guy, that guy. Yeah. And we'll see if we can continue on this streak of not dying. So before heading out, I've grabbed a couple supplies, but I've noticed there's at least one thing I can use my military research on, and that is the defender capsules. I don't know if they'll be really much help or if they'll be better than I felt like they were in 1.0, but it might be worth a shot. I think I'm still going to embark on trying to fight off the biters without worrying about a build to make the defender capsules for now. But at least we'll have that getting researched so that we can have those made later on. I think I'm going to start with this biter nest up here, since I'm worried that that one was the one attacking the steam engine build. And actually, flamethrowers I also saw was an option too. Flamethrowers are very good. I do feel like that would probably require getting a wall set up of some kind, but at least we'll be giving myself more options. Here, oh shoot. Need to put it on my bar. No, no, no. Okay, phew. Okay, I need to put this on my bar. Grief. Come on, grenades. Don't blow up myself. There we go. Alright, first patch done. We're going to take on these guys next that you can see in my mini-map. And we should see them pop up right there as we do. This one is a little bit of a bigger patch, so hopefully I can make it. Maybe I'll put down a couple walls. We'll finish leapfrogging and just rinse and repeat. Ooh, and I'm getting the big biters now. Okay. Grenades! Alright, hard part done. So this is basically 2 biter patches done. We've got at least one more to go. So I'm nearing the next patch. I'm gonna finish putting in the belt that I didn't finish just a couple minutes ago. We'll give it power. And I'm not gonna worry if this aggroes the biters because the plan is to kill them anyway. Alright, so there is power for copper. Power is still doing okay. Biters are right there. I'm actually gonna finish putting in the miners real quick while I'm here, just so we don't have to backtrack. Alright, there is copper all joined up. Oh, apart from that power pole, which we can fill in later down there. Last thing to do is take out this biter patch, which I think will go just fine. But I do have more trees that are a bit of a barrier to work around. Okay, grenade, grenade! Get the worms! Ooh, I would really love some armor. Some better armor. Okay. Patch 3 dead. Probably should take out that one as well. I feel like that's just way too close for comfort. So let's do one more. Alright, on to patch 4. grenade. And I have got this down to an art, I think, now. Let me know if you guys are surprised I have not died yet. But maybe I got such good practice when I was doing my Death World series that I'm just a pro now, and basically nothing can kill me. Alright, 4 patches done, mining improved, and even military research done in this episode. So thanks everyone for joining for episode 14. I think for episode 15 we'll actually make use of this kind of open space that we've got for ourselves and start to train in some more resources. So I hope you'll join me for that. Thanks for joining me for this one, and I'll see you soon.